Hey folks, how you doing? This is the American Liberty Radio Network. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. I am yours truly. It is July, holy crap, the 1st of July 2015. How are you? Tell me how you are on this 1st of July. You can email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, or you can go to American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook. You can message me through there. It's fine. we can do that. It's okay. I've been watching someone's Facebook post and reading what they have said so far about this whole, I know it's probably old news, but this whole gay marriage thing. And it came down to this very generic, general question. Why do you believe that the gay and lesbian men that you know, why do you believe it was a choice for them? It's a very simple question. I mean, you know, I'm not talking religiously. I'm not talking any of this. I'm just asking, why do you think it was a choice for them? You know, because think about it. I mean, seriously, think about it. And I'd like to get your answer, as a matter of fact. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. It really gets to the point. Where people have to, and I've done this, people have to step back, take a look at what's going on, examine the circumstances, the situations, the character of the people. And that only takes a few seconds, maybe a minute or so. And so you look at this whole situation, and then you ask yourself, as I have asked myself, will it affect me? No. And here's why. There's a lot bigger things that we have to concern ourselves with at this point, such as the full total takeover of the United States of America by the United Nations. China coming in and buying up land because we owe them so much money. You know, President Obama not getting out of office in 2017. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think he is. So there's bigger things that we have to concern ourselves with. And if you put yourself in a position to where you make it your business as to who marries who, you are totally blind as to what goes on in the rest of the world. Okay? If your little microcosm of your world that you're in and your little cookie cutter idealistic Shangri-La that you deluded yourself to believe you have is so important to you and nothing else matters, you got bigger problems. Okay? This whole situation with gay marriage should not even be an issue. Reasonability, common sense should be a part of that, but shouldn't be an issue. So, go from there. I'll be back, taking a break. Don't go away. I shall return. AmericanLibertyRadio.com is the web address. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com is the email address. Let me know what you think. I'll be back right after this. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.com. and email us at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. The reality underneath the honesty. Listen to Brian Lang over at Live Truth Radio. Go to livetruthradio.com for more information. What we see is not reality. It is distorted reality. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. The only choice for all your independent hits on the internet. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to RadioRockTheBlitz.blogspot.com. Hello, folks. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show. You can email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. You can go to the website at AmericanLibertyRadio.com. Check it out, folks. If you enjoy tearing away the veil, ripping the curtain down, and exposing the people behind the curtain, pushing the buttons and pulling the handles, and that's exactly what you get here. I share the truth with the facts, without the BS. And guess what? People like that. This show is heard all over the world, so thank you, Netherlands. Thank you, Mexico. Thank you, Australia. Thank you, England, for tuning in. Appreciate that very much. So, giving props where they're due, you know. So there you go. I've got family in England. I've got family in Germany. So that's kind of cool. So, and by the way, this show and probably some others, if you've noticed on YouTube, if you do YouTube videos and such, this show is blocked in Germany. So it's, yeah. It's interesting how free speech is not given its full, foundational footing in Germany. It's really, really interesting. I mean, you can look at places like Iceland, who arrested all their bankers and threw them in jail and told the EU to take a hike. And they're prospering. You look at people... You look at countries like, Portugal, who legalized all, or not all, but mostly all of the illegal drugs. And instead of making it a criminal issue, it's now a health issue. And they're prospering. And when you, a little bit of coffee, I love that. And when you look at other countries, such as Russia, such as China, such as Venezuela, North Korea, even Mexico. You look at these countries and you see how much the government itself is suspending all rights of people in terms of their freedoms and liberties, their, what they look at the United States and say, they're free to do this, but we're not. And I often look at other countries such as Russia. Let's point out Russia. Our relationship politically with them is basically in the toilet. I like Vladimir Putin, but I don't like his government. I don't like the way he runs things. But I've heard him speak, and I've heard him talk about certain things. He's a very intelligent man, but I don't like how he runs his government. I would like to sit down with him, and with I would like to sit down with him and talk with him, and just say, Vladimir, what the hell are you doing? You got a country of people who really look at the example of the United States for peace, freedom, security, and liberty in their country, and you're suppressing them? Why? Don't you think capitalism is going to work? Don't you think that trading with other countries in a positive way is going to help your people? By the way, he's only 10 years older than I am, so, that's... he can probably relate. He's been over here several times. And speaking of him, there was I believe several years ago or something, there was a poll that was given where people were saying that they would rather have Vladimir Putin as president of the United States of America. And I'm like, that's not too far-fetched, because we already have a puppet. And I don't think he's leaving in 2017. You know what I mean? So, a lot of these guys, a lot of these leaders in other countries, started out with really good intentions. But when you live and are raised in an environment such as Russia, you find yourself believing not only your own hype, but the propaganda that is spewed from the far left, fascist, Marxist, communist dogma, And it really, to me, from my perspective, is a real letdown for people, And I think that when you look at the overall aspect of the character of the person, you're going to find that it's a result of their environment that they grew up in. So, yes, I would like to sit down with Vladimir Putin and say, what the hell's going on? What are you doing to your people? I don't know if I would ever leave Russia, but because I would probably, say a few things and probably get myself thrown in prison or something. I don't know, but, it's chances I'm going to have to take, huh? But anyway, yeah, I'm just being facetious, but it would be incredibly enlightening to me to find out what is Vladimir Putin's character, and why does he believe what he believes? And like I said, I think I answered it. It's the environment you grow up in. If you grow up in and I know this because I've spent many, many years in different churches, and 2 different churches actually. And when you look around at the whole aspect of religion and which has caused wars and all kinds of hatred all over the world, when you begin to look at your identity within that, it's a result of your environment. You were told, all that information was shoved into your head as a young kid, and you don't know anything else. You don't know anything else. And that's the thing. And when you grow up in that type of environment, you're never going to have the opportunity to break free of those limitations, those boundaries, and learn anything else. Until you get, as I did, the proverbial rug pulled out from underneath of you and you do a face plant in the concrete. Then you're going to realize, hey, there's something more here. So when you're raised in that type of environment, you then find yourself at a certain point, you'll find yourself in what I call stagnation, spiritual stagnation. You don't know, you don't have any clue where to go, you're just there. And you're doing everything else by rote. You go Sundays, Wednesdays, you go, and you're just going. And you don't know why now. You're just in that spiritual stagnation. Did you know, I think it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think from like 2003 or 4 till about 2013, 14, there was a huge mass exodus of people from Christian churches just leaving because there was, nothing for them. Not that there wasn't anything for them. I'm just saying things had changed. They probably came to that point of spiritual stagnation and they said, you know what? Something's wrong here, And when you look at places like Venezuela and China and Russia and North Korea and Mexico and all that, you're going to see that stagnation. And that is what's caused many of the problems in the world today, because of the fact that there is a point at which people are going, you know what, I don't know what to do next. I think we've done everything we possibly could do to have peace and freedom in the world and security and liberty for the people. And now we're just at this point where we just don't know what to do now. Because now there's wars and rumors of wars and battles over here. And now when you look at it, speaking of battles, it's intellectual battles. So not only do you have spiritual stagnation, but you have intellectual battles that are just causing so many different problems in the world today. And it's just incredibly, incredibly tiring when you look at stuff and go, why is it this way? Why are we even discussing gay marriage in America where everybody's free to marry whoever? The only reason why they pushed it for the last 15, 20 years is because of the fact that they wanted the benefits of the married couples if their, loved ones were sick or in the hospital or whatever. They wanted the insurance benefits of all of that, blah, 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 blah. In my book, it's not going to affect me at all. Marry who you want. It's not going to affect me personally. I hope they're happy. I hope they contribute to the significance of the 50% of divorce rates in the heterosexual communities. I mean, seriously. They're going to be a part of that now. So does it matter to me? No, not at all. Two guys want to marry? Fine. Two women want to marry? Fine. Go ahead. You love them, don't you? Then why not? So let's take our minds and our intellect off of those things that cause us to battle one another and put our minds and intellect and knowledge and experience of trying to solve problems on bigger issues, such as what I talk about on this show a lot. The total and absolute 100% takeover of the United States by those people that are in that group called the New World Order. And if it's ever going to fulfill a prophecy, it's going to be done selfishly by those that want to control the rest of the country. And that's just the way it is. I'm going to go to break, take off a little bit. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Hey, hang out for me for another few minutes till the top of the hour because it's only an hour-long podcast. So hang out. Be cool. Hey, I want you to check out somebody, Mr. Spencer Hughes on Facebook. Go talk to him. He's, go listen to him today at talk910.com. He's on the radio today, so go check him out at 10 a.m. Pacific and check that out. Anyway, talk to you guys in a bit. Going to break. Be right back. AmericanLibertyRadio.com is the website. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com is the email address. Let me know what you think. I'd like to hear from you. Talk to you in a bit. Be right back following this. When the coffee is done, sit down and have a cup and listen to the best independent music station on the web. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Tom Slick delivers all the independent hits and talks about new music from all of your favorite artists. Listen to Tom Slick on The Morning Brew, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Only on Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. For more information, go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. The reality underneath the honesty. Listen to Brian Lang over at Live Truth Radio. Go to livetruthradio.com for more information. This is Wayne S. Pierce. Come join me on American Liberty Radio Live, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. AmericanLibertyRadio.com. Hey folks, how you doing? Yeah, short segment here. So, what's going on in the world today? Okay, well, what's happening? So let me get to some news here. Get to the bottom of the hour. I want to change. And go in a different direction at the bottom of the hour. So. The whole thing that we see in our world today just simply really, let's just say, some people just can't wrap their mind around it. Okay? They just can't wrap their mind around what's going on. Okay? They just can't. And let me give you an example. Well, not an example. This is actually what's happening right now, but try to wrap your mind around this one. From educateinspirechange.org, educateinspirechange.org, there is a reason why you're not being told about the TPP. This is it. What is the TPP? The average person has never heard of it, and most of those who have couldn't tell you what it is. That's no accident. The TPP, aka the Trans-Pacific Partnership, is a trade deal that had been negotiated in secret for years now. The deal encompasses the USA, Australia, Brunei, Canada, Chile, Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, Peru, Singapore, and Vietnam. A lot of people are going to be affected by this, but for some reason the public is not allowed to see what's in it. In fact, many of the lawmakers which are about to vote on this deal haven't even read it themselves. Those who have are forbidden to expose what it contains. There's a video there. You might want to check that out. Something else people cannot wrap their mind around. There's a video on the American Liberty Radio Network Facebook page. As UN tyranny cements itself, nation focuses on book burns, Confederate flag, and gay marriage. You might want to check that one out, too. Something else from GOVT, short for government, GOVT, slaves.info. $75 trillion shadow banking system is in danger of collapsing. Michael Snyder contributed that story. other things too as well. Remember a couple of weeks ago, the NSA, a part of a news story came out where the NSA is no longer, taking your information or spying on you as they do. Well, guess what? RT.com reports that, as soon as the page comes up, licensed snoop court revives NSA spy program through December. Okay, you might want to go check that out. That's on American Liberty Radio Network Facebook page. From Infowars.com, Constitution under full-fledged attack. Also, you might want to check out episode 1010 of the Pete Santilli Show. Mind control tech is real and the patents that prove it. So there you go. Okay. Just want to point that out. American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook. There's so much going on in our world today that we fail to do one thing. Pay attention. That's it. We fail to pay attention. Now, why is that? We don't want to. I don't want to even look at the bad news because I don't want it ruining my day. You are one far-left liberal loon that actually wants all this stuff to happen. But if you call yourself liberal in the middle ground, the moderate liberal, whatever it is, then you're one of those that, kind of sides with both conservative and liberal ideals. But if you're a far-right conservative, you're like, I don't want to see it. And let me see. All three live in a fantasy world. Yeah, I said it. What are you going to do? All three live in a fantasy world. They're not paying attention. None of them. They're not paying attention. Well, why would you want to pay attention? Do you call yourself a liberal? Do you call yourself a conservative? Do you say that you're a moderate conservative or liberal? Well, I threw another one in there, didn't I? So all four of those are living in a fantasy world. Bottom line is, you need to walk out your door. You need to check things out. You need to examine what's going on, ask questions, learn, pay attention, and then go from there. Because all it is about is survival. That's what it's about. It's about survival. We need to survive one day to the next. We used to think, when we were younger, and don't give me this crap that you never did. When you were younger, you thought you were going to live forever. You got to and then you grew up, you got to about 25, 30 after college, whatever it was, and you went, you know what? Living forever, not so much. And then you get up to, 50s, and you're thinking, this living forever stuff, that's a fantasy. But, let me throw this in here, and this is what I want to talk about after the bottom of the hour break. You've got these elites. These elites, the people that actually run the United States of America through the corporations of the United States of America Incorporated in Washington, D.C., that are going to get life extension technology. Or so they think. Yeah. Can you say transhumanism? We're going to talk about that. Short segment coming up after the break. Email me, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. You can go to the website at AmericanLibertyRadio.com if you want to support the network. Please do. I would appreciate that very much. All you got to do is email me and ask me how. Also, come join me on the American Liberty Radio Live today at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on American Liberty Radio Network. Go to American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook and AmericanLibertyRadio.com. What we see is not always the truth. Lies, deceit, cover-ups. This is the world we live in. This is not reality. This is distorted reality. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.com and email us at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. When the coffee is done, sit down and have a cup and listen to the best independent music station on the web. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Tom Slick delivers all the independent hits and talks about new music from all of your favorite artists. Listen to Tom Slick on The Morning Brew, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, only on Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. For more information, go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. The reality underneath the honesty. Listen to Brian Lang over at Live Truth Radio. Go to livetruthradio.com for more information. The reality underneath the honesty. Listen to Brian Lang over at Live Truth Radio. Go to livetruthradio.com for more information. What we see is not reality. It is distorted reality. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. The only choice for all your independent hits on the internet. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. Sharing the truth one fact at a time, without all the BS. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Hey, folks, how you doing? How you doing? 1st of July, 2015. AmericanLibertyRadio.com. Go check it out, folks. Let me ask you a question. I got to pose this question to you because it is something that is vitally important and it's something that you have to pay attention to. Question is this. If you had the opportunity, regardless of your station in life, regardless of how much money you made, how much, whatever it was, didn't matter. If you had the opportunity and someone was going to help you live longer than what you normally would, if someone was going to help you live forever, would you accept their proposal? Okay? I want you to pay attention to that because I'll ask again. If you had the opportunity and someone proposed to you that you could live forever, would you accept that proposal? This is something that is driven science fiction writers nuts most of the time. Nuts in a very, It really has put people into a state of mind of, wow, maybe if I did, man, I'd get so much accomplished, that kind of thing. So if you had the opportunity and someone proposed to you that they could help you live forever, would you accept that proposal? I would imagine that you would, to a certain degree, until you found out what the process was all about. Okay? I'm sure you would. I'm just sure. Let me take you here. As a matter of fact, like I said, it's a short segment. So I'm gonna, instead of at the 40-minute mark, which I usually take my break at, I'm gonna take one now, because what I gotta tell you is very, very important, and you need to pay attention to this. All right? I'll be back right after this. Don't go away. AmericanLibertyRadio.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Don't go away. I'll return.
Hey, this is Frank Hannon. I want to tell you about an exciting brand new rock and roll album coming out this year by guitarist Greg Golden. Greg Golden's new album is some old school sounding rock and roll music that's sure to be a classic, featuring some killer songs, blazing guitar solos, and awesome lead vocals by Jeff Sandoval and Randy Scholes from Montrose. Take a listen to some of these songs on this album.
Old school rock and roll, got the music in my soul. Old school rock and roll, everybody gonna lose control. Maybe crazy, but I ain't no fool. I live my life by the golden rule from the old school. Yeah, of rock and roll. Woo!
Won't see it coming, but it's coming fast. That girl just does what she please, like a bad winner, baby. Cool on in and take you down. A bad winner, baby. No safe haven where she's found. Turn on the radio. Just time to make the show. Get on your dancing shoes. They're getting rave reviews. No other place to go. We're going back to Reno. Burning hearts, tears, and flames in the rain. Burning hearts, tears, and flames in the rain.
Be sure to check out the new Greg Golden album coming out on Red Hawk Records this year. www.greggoldenband.com.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Last segment of the podcast. Hey, thank you for listening. I appreciate that. I get statistics about that, so thank you. You are awesome. Yeah, AmericanLibertyRadio.com is the web address. The email address is AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Let me know what they think. Let me go here. HumanityPlus.org. Humanity Plus is a nonprofit 501c3 educational organization dedicated to elevating the human condition. We aim to deeply influence a new generation of thinkers who dare to envision humanity's next steps. Our programs combine unique insights into the developments of emerging and speculative technologies that focus on the well-being of our species and the changes that we are and will be facing. Our programs are designed to produce outcomes that can be helpful to individuals and institutions. Since its inception as the World Transhumanist Association, along with the pioneering work of Extropy Institute, Humanity Plus has contributed to advancing the public knowledge of how science and technology can and will affect our human future. Okay? That's one of them. Okay? That is one of them. All right? I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. And it's this. Go to 2045.com and click on About Us if you're listening to this in the archive. As of the 17th of July 2012, 2045 Strategic Social Initiative is founded by Dmitry Itzkov in February of 2011 with the participation of leading Russian specialists in the field of neural interfaces, robotics, artificial organs, and systems. The main goals of the 2045 initiative, the creation and realization of a new strategy for the development of humanity which meets global civilization challenges, the creation of optimal conditions promoting the spiritual enlightenment of humanity, and the realization of a new futuristic reality based on 5 principles: high spirituality, high culture, high ethics, high science, and high technologies. The main science megaproject of 2045 initiative aims to create technologies enabling the transfer of an individual's personality to a more advanced non-biological carrier and extending life, including to the point of immortality. We devote particular attention to enabling the fullest possible dialogue between the world's major spiritual traditions, science, and society. Do you really think this is the end all of humanity? Do you really think it is? With places like Humanity Plus and 2045 Initiative, do you really think it's the end of humanity as we know it? Or has humanity been transformed into something that is far less empathetic? Huh? Is it something that you would be interested in? I look at it this way. If at all possible, the information that is supplied through these organizations help to fulfill one purpose, and that is, from their point of view, to live forever and to achieve greatness beyond the boundaries of the physical body. This is their purpose. Our purpose as individuals in a physical body is to live our life as happy, as free, as liberated as we can, to get to the old age and say, you know what? I've lived a pretty damn good life. I'm ready to go. You have two factions of people on the face of the planet. One says it's okay to expand the human existence through high technology. And you have the others that say, no, it's good to live a life in the physical form that we are in because it is the right thing to do. Not transform our existence and our essence into a non-biological body, into what they term to be an avatar. Remember that movie? Because then some people would say, well, then we'd be in the Matrix. Remember that movie? You see, in movies, it's predictive programming. Look what we have in store for you. And this is the part of the question that I asked. Would you accept the proposal if someone came to you and gave you the opportunity to live forever? Would you accept it? Or would you say, you know what? I want to live to see the rest of my life. I don't want to end my life or extend my life to such a degree to where everybody in my life that I loved and care about are gone. Hell, when I get done with this body, I want my family around me. You see, I believe personally that we are limitless spiritual beings existing within this limited physical body. Now, by transforming that and transferring all of that into a non-organic body, where is the spirit? Where is the spirit? Well, it's in your head because no. In the 1940s, a modern day, I'm going to say philosopher, writer, sought information and found beyond a shadow of any skeptic's doubt that we are spiritual beings. Okay? And I say that we are limitless spiritual beings. Now let me ask you again. If you had the opportunity and someone came along and offered you through a proposal to live forever, would you accept that proposal? That you'd have to wrap your mind around the concepts. You'd have to really think about the ups and downs, the positives, the negatives, the pros and cons, however you want to describe it. And I guarantee you, you will agonize through these thoughts. You will agonize to the very end to make that decision. In other words, that decision that you would make, whether yes or no, would be agonizing to you because it would just be so eating at you. It'd be nice to live forever because you want to see what the future holds. It would be better to live your natural life to its fullest extent because that's the proper thing to do. That would be fulfilling your life. That would be, average life between 75 years and 100 years normally. But then with transhumanist technology, life extension technology, you can get another nth number of years. Who knows? But then again, you have to look at the other aspects of this as well. I mean, it's high technology. They can hack into your brain and make you do things you don't want to do, and your morals will be thrown out the door. You're going to be seen as unethical because somebody holds the puppet strings in certain cases. Because who's the one uploading your essence and your existence into a non-organic body? These are things that you really have to pay attention to. These are things that I've heard other people talk about. And I just think I really, really think that there is a problem with allowing yourself, you, to be, quote unquote, uploaded to an avatar. Because literally, when you think about the technology that is involved behind that, you're not going to be living a physical body. Go look at 2045.com. Okay. Now, the question was raised here recently with my significant other that aren't we living in a matrix at this point? Is all of this an illusion? You know what I mean? And I had no answer to that. Bottom line is, I don't think none of us really know. I don't think any of us have the ability or the information in front of us to prove either way. And my question to you is, if we are living in a matrix, that would make a whole lot of sense, wouldn't it? Why the system is so, well, why the system has so many viruses in it, why the system has so many crashes in it, why the system has so many problems to it. Did the program create an AI that intrinsically puts certain things at certain points to make you stumble, to make you crash? Are we living in a file of an AI computer? This is something that, let's go in that direction, shall we? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do when someone comes to us and says, I have a proposal for you. I have the technology. Money is no object. You can live forever. What would you do? Would you look at your family and say, yeah, I know in about 20, 30, 40, 50 years you'll be gone, but I'll be living forever? Or would you look at your family and say, I want you around me? Would you offer them the same proposal? Think about it. In 2002, or no, it was sooner than that. I got on the internet. I finally got AOL in 95. And so I was on the internet. I've been on the internet for quite a while. And after doing some research and after digging in through, robotics and stuff like that and artificial intelligence, and I've been doing that research for over 30 years, I realized one thing. I saw and this was realized in I think Twilight Zone or something like that, one of those shows, one of the newer remakes of one of those shows. It was where a scientist uploaded his essence into the computer that he was using. But it was beginning to decay in the system. I don't know if you remember that or the title of that. Please let me know. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. And I thought, is it possible? And I began to do some research, and I began to look into what the body itself physiologically is made up of. Folks, we have a lot of electricity zipping through our bodies. Yeah, go check that out. We are nothing but impulses, electricity, all of that. Now, I did say that we are limitless spiritual beings, did I not? That's like taking your lamp on your desk and plugging it into the light socket and then turning it on. We are that cord and that lamp being plugged into the socket. Okay? And that energy, that limitless spiritual being, is that plug, boop, into the wall. Click, and we are on. But when our bodies, and that the lamp is our body, and that structure, when we are done with that, we just unplug, and we're still energy. We're still that limitless spiritual being, that energy that we truly are, and we're still alive. So where do we go? Kind of gives the idea of reincarnation, doesn't it? You know, so think about that, folks. But again, the question is, if anybody came to you and offered you, and proposed to you, money, no object, they have the technology to do it. If they propose to you that you could live forever in a non-organic body, and all you have to do is upload yourself to this non-organic body, would you do it? My answer, for me, no. As much as I want to live forever and see the future of technology, no. I want to live my life out as long as I possibly can and be around my friends and family and have them around me. Why would I want to do that? And why would I want anyone to make that decision for me? Think about that one too, folks. You know, if you want Grandpa, who seems to not have all his faculties, if you can upload that, would that be a virus in the system? Or would those things be replaced, and would it be your grandpa? You know what I'm saying? You know? Lots of things you got to take into consideration when proposed with something like that. So think about that one. Thank you, folks, for listening. I appreciate it. If you want to support American Liberty Radio Network, please do. I appreciate that. You can go to AmericanLibertyRadio.com. You can also email me if you want to sponsor this podcast. Hey, great, wonderful, fantastic. I would love it. Email me. I'm not out to break your advertising budget, so email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Come join me today on American Liberty Radio Live at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's one of those shows where I go everywhere, folks, like I just did now. But I go a little deeper, okay? Just letting you know. I don't want to blow your brain out into the atmosphere at all. I just want to enlighten you a little bit as to who's behind the curtain, pushing the buttons and pulling the handles, because I share the truth with the facts without all the BS. This is American Liberty Radio Network. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.com or American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook. Check it out. You can also message me there as well. Go to @RealWSPierce on Twitter. @RealWSPierce on Twitter. Talk to you folks later, and remember, liberty is the road and freedom is the goal.